All right, thanks everybody for tuning in to BlackListed MX once again. Today we got a special guest by the name of John Turner, MMR, aka Black John. How you doing today, John?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good, thank you, man. I appreciate you giving us your time and coming on to the show, man. I got some questions for you. I've been dying to get you on the show, and it's a pleasure having you.
Well, I don't know why I'm so wanted on the show, but hey, you know what? I support the people that support us. So let's do this.
Let's do it. You want it like your shirt, man, dead or alive. I'll take you. All right, man. So let's. I know you've been I know you've been wrenching for quite a long time, but you used to wrench it for pros during Supercross time and motocross time when you were doing it. You also did some work for Dunlop. I know you started MMR. I know I'm probably missing a thousand things between that, but where did it all begin for you before it turned into a profession?
Wow. Well, it started at my mom and dad's ranch.
Mm-hmm.
I built a 10 by 10 little shack, and I was working on my own stuff
Mm-hmm.
out of there. And then I started helping out some friends and stuff on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it all really started back way back in the day at Paris Raceway,
Okay.
not the new Paris Raceway, the old Paris Raceway.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for a guy that was in a wheelchair named Chet. I was helping him do work, and he sold products and stuff like that. And buddy of mine, Craig Anderson, Ando from Australia,
Mm-hmm.
um, he got in a bind in Mammoth when he was riding for Yamaha of Troy.
Okay.
And so his trainer called me, had me drive up to Mammoth and help out Craig for the weekend. And from then on out, I became his practice bike mechanic, and that was it.
That was it, huh?
Yeah.
So that's at that point. That's pretty much your turnaround point where you actually became made it a profession, then, huh? And that at that point in time, that's when you decided to keep doing it. And were you his mechanic full time, or did you come in part time as a mechanic? How did it pick up for you from that point?
It was part time. I was actually at that time working for a grocery store chain,
Mm-hmm.
graveyard, so I had plenty of time during the day.
Okay.
And it got to be where I had to make a decision. I was I was a not a manager, but like a assistant manager kind of thing. They call them key carriers.
Mm-hmm.
I was making about 80 grand a year, and I got a job offer to work at Malcolm Smith
Mm-hmm.
for $7 an hour, and
Nice.
I took the job.
Wow. Wow. Hey. Sometimes it's not about the money. I stress that to a lot of people. You know, sometimes it's not the money. It's the energy and the stuff you around where you can benefit from.
Oh no, yeah, it's I couldn't see myself dealing with that atmosphere for the rest of my life, and
Yeah.
I thought working for Malcolm Smith would be a great thing to do, and
Mm-hmm.
it was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And who are some of the guys you actually wrenched for in when you were doing it as a mechanic as a profession during the Supercross time?
Oh, wow! I've worked for guys like Donald Upton, Johnny Marley, Brian Gray, Damon Huffman, Juice Lansu, Matt Lalos, um, Kyle Lewis. I've worked for a few,
Mm-hmm.
a few guys. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now. This show is not based on race, religion, or gender. I want to put that out there now. I want everybody to know. This show is about being real. I'm not trying to band-aid anybody's mouths or tape anybody's mouths for them having something to say. It's like I said, it's not based on race or anything. But I may have a question for you because you at what year were you doing Supercross? What year were you pitting in mechanic in the Supercross? That was the early 2000s or was that the 90s?
Mid to late '90s.
Mid to late 90s. Okay. So during that time period, let's just say take James Stewart when he came into it as a pro, he had to endure and face all kinds of challenges uh, outside of the industry. What did you have to face inside within the industry?
Uh, a lot of bullshit.
In which way?
Oh, just having guys talk about me that I'm not knowledgeable because of who I am and where I come from and
Mm-hmm.
um, um, it was just song to the times. I remember my first Supercross was the San Jose Supercross with Terrence Malin,
Mm-hmm.
a rider out of the high desert,
I remember him.
and I got spit on and called the N word
Mm-hmm.
by a fan in the
Okay.
tunnel.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you name it. I've been traveling across the country working for a pretty big team like Moto Triple X,
Mm-hmm.
and my team manager and truck driver had to fend for me to eat in a restaurant one time
Wow.
in Unadilla. I
Really?
mean, so back in the day, it's I mean, it was a difficult road, but
Mm-hmm.
um, if you decide that you want to do it, you got to do it and shut up and take it.
Yeah.
Like Andy Jefferson came way before me, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he has a lot bigger, gnarlier stories than I do. But
Yeah.
I've had some pretty interesting run-ins with some pretty uneducated people.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of figured that. Um, with outside the industry, for sure, you're going to get that regardless of what year it is or not. You're going to get some ignorant people out there that kind of try to throw a monkey wrench in your program. But I knew that you were kind of facing some challenge out there because it probably wasn't too many blacks in the sport of motocross or wrenching during the times you were. If it was very limited. You know,
No, it was me.
it was just you, huh?
me,
During that time.
me. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So that definitely
on
made
that
things
level. On that
challenging.
level.
Yeah,
On that
exactly.
level. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so that definitely made things challenging for you, and that's what I was trying to get to is because you're definitely faced with things outside, but within the industry, I'm sure that, like I said, you probably had to deal with some situations as well. You may not even want to discuss, but
Oh no, I mean, yeah, I'll discuss anything, but it's just one of those things where when you talk about it,
it's
um, it doesn't fix it.
yeah, oh, of course not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, um, I remember my first chance to get a factory job
Hmm.
was factory KTM, and Kurt Nickel gave me my opportunity.
Okay.
When the team manager before him, who was Larry Brooks, didn't give me the time of day.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it
You
all
know, there you
depends.
go.
Yeah, it all depends on that person, man. So,
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was qualified. Maybe I wasn't in his eyes or whatever.
hmm.
Needless to say, in this day and time, or how I was brought up, is you give everybody the opportunity to fail.
Yeah,
And Kurt gave me the opportunity, and I didn't.
good.
So there you go.
There you go. Now,
Yeah.
with that being said, like, when did you figure like enough was enough of the industry and you wanted to start MMR? Why was that kind of like a kickoff or how you kind of ventured in your own way to get MMR started? What was the reason behind that?
Um, working for teams and stuff, you sometimes you're not always busy
Hmm.
all the time.
Yeah.
So I had, like, again, I have friends and so forth. People asking me to help them out here and there.
Hmm.
So I would do things in my garage after work.
Mm.
And it was during 2008 for the recession. And, my team manager that I was working for at KTM and off road was Auntie Kellen. And he was Yuha's old mechanic.
Okay.
And the guy thought he knew everything. Just ask him. He thought he knew everything. And, our crew at KTM, we won championships. We made the bike go in the right direction. Not as well as Roger has now. Roger's done an amazing job with that place. Let's get that out of the way. You
Yeah,
know, Roger and Ian have turned
yeah,
that that company around.
yeah.
But I got sick of making him famous. I got sick of making him look good.
Hmm.
I was not making that great of money, and I just figured, you know what? I'm getting older. Let's sink or swim. Let's go.
Yeah.
And um, they were doing layoffs and stuff, and we decided that it'd be best if I just went my own way, and they went their own way, and I paid off all my bills that I had at the moment. I had $200 in my pocket. I asked somebody for a space in their building. It was a 10 by 10 little space, and I went for it.
Hmm. That's what's up, man. Now you're here. You got a full time gig, and you're out in Marietta, man. And I know you're working on a lot of bikes. David Pulley being one, he was on the show. Um, I know you're working on a lot of bikes. I actually seen your. I was looking at your website, and you got a girl on there that's WMX over here. I'm in Canada. I didn't know if you knew that or not, but I'm back in Canada, and
Okay.
there's a girl by the name of Eve Brodeur.
Oh, Eve's she's badass.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had her
she's
manager. I
badass.
had her team manager actually on the show one day and did a whole interview there, about their team and stuff like that. So I didn't know if you were actually during the time she was on KTM's, were you actually building her motors?
I helped out Eve when she was in the States a
Mm-hmm.
little bit. Um, I just help people out that need help. I
Yeah.
don't really give a crap who you are, where you are,
Yeah.
what you're doing. I'll just give you a hand if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, Eve needed a little bit of help when she was here in the States,
Okay.
and it was more than awesome to help her because
Mm-hmm.
she was not is or was she's an amazing rider. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like she'll give me the business on my dirt bike, and I don't want no part of it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you
Um,
and me both.
yeah.
Right on, man. Right on, John. So,
Well, I've
so,
got to work with other women that
mm-hmm.
were really great riders, like Olivia Lancelot from
Mm-hmm.
Europe when she
Okay.
came over for X Games, and
Mm-hmm.
people just underestimate what these women can do
Oh, I
on a dirt
know.
bike.
I know. I know.
And there's some out there that put in just as much or not more time than the guys, and they got some talent, straight up.
They do. I remember back in the 125, 250 days when they would host the WMX in between. It was kind of like a halftime show, and they would
Yep.
run the women pros, man. And I remember like Jessica Patterson out there, man, just ripping. You know what I mean?
JP
Yeah,
is insane.
yeah, yep.
I worked with her in Little Triple X. Yeah,
Okay.
her and Eddie.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's insane. I mean, you have her, you have Ashley Fiolik,
Yep, yep, yep.
Sayaka.
Hmm.
Sayaka was probably
Soraka.
one of the most underrated girls I've ever seen
Yeah,
that didn't get anything.
I know.
Um, there's been a
Steefy back in the
multitude of
days.
girls that would
Hmm.
just make anybody feel bad about themselves on a dirt bike.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's some ladies out there that's blazing fast, man, that don't get the respect that they deserve. But
yeah.
that's definitely another show. Well, John, man, I want to thank you for your time, man. It's short and sweet. I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but I just wanted to kind of get a little bit of insides and outs of MMR and what you've been up to in the last time I seen you. It's been probably the last time I seen you. It's probably been at least 10 years, man. To be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I was thinking about that. It's been a good 10 plus years, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy to Europe and Canada again. I
Yeah,
love Canada.
yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful up here. I love the tracks. I love the layout. I love the seasons. That's one thing being back in California, man. You don't get seasons. It's just fucking hot all the time. So
Well, at least you don't. Well, I don't know. You guys have some pretty kooky. What's the correct word for this? Government officials up there.
Yeah, we got them all over the world, man. They strategically placed. I can tell you that.
Yeah, yeah, but it's good to see that you're doing the show and
Thank you.
the guys you're having on there. I've looked around and it's pretty good to see guys still in it after all
Yeah,
these years.
yeah, that's true, man. And you're one of them, and I'm glad I got you on the other end, John. And it was a pleasure having you on the show, man. I'd love to get you back someday, get an update, man, and see how you're doing. And if anybody wants to get any motors built or get a hold of you, how do they do so?
Just go to motormedicracing.com and I have all my information on there. It's a pretty cool little website. Um, I'm not like a lot of the other shops where I just want to mass produce stuff. I really like building custom race engines for guys that want to go fast and make them last.